2, 1, 0.
Oh. I can roll. Son of a bitch!
Hello everyone, it's DJ, it's the Deej, it's Deej. And this is Let's Talk. Yep, episode 10, we've made it 10 whole episodes into this. Kind of hard to believe that we've made it all these weeks and we're still going with the show. And tonight happens to be a little favorite of mine. Directed by Steven Spielberg. 1941. Little period war comedy set just after the events of Pearl Harbor. That's right. And well, you know, we've got John Belushi, we've got Dan Aykroyd, we've got a whole line of cast. And for those that are in the chat right now that love this movie and want to come up and talk about this movie, I'm going to throw the line open to you because we want the ones that love this movie to come talk about it and share their thoughts. But what can we say about it right off the bat? You know, 1941. Starring Dan Aykroyd, Ned Beatty, John Belushi, Lorraine Gray, Murray Hamilton, Christopher Lee, Tim Matheson, Toshiro Mifune, Warren Oates, Robert Stack, Treat Williams, Nancy Allen, John Candy. We've got Slim Pickens, Wendy Jo Sperber. You know, the list just keeps going on and on. Michael McKean. There were so many people in this movie, and there was even some that weren't really credited, but were in it also, like John Landis, Audrey Landers, Mickey Rourke. Yep. There was a ton. There was even a few more uncredited, like James Caan. Yep. Penny Marshall. All these people. I'm going to bring up some people right now. We've got Mr. Lundell. Greetings.
Hey. You forgot Christopher Lee as the German U-boat captain.
And we've got Nightbreeze.
Hey, everybody.
Greetings and welcome to the stream. So, you know, we got to start right off at the beginning. When you got this poor girl swimming around out in the ocean.
Skinny dipping.
Yeah, skinny dipping. And you hear the Jaws theme playing. Da-dum, da-dum. But then all of a sudden a periscope comes up out of the water, and she grabs a hold of it. And what do we find? But a Japanese submarine.
that's lost.
Well, it's lost because, well, their compass is broken. And they're trying to find a target of honor to attack. But that's for just a little bit later to find out about.
Yeah.
Because they're sitting there trying to figure out where they're at. And they all decide to go back down below to submerge again until the one last Japanese submariner looks up as he grabs the hatch and sees the poor naked girl. And what does he say? Hollywood! Which, as you find out, tips off later in the movie. But yeah.
Okay. Oh man, it's been so long.
The whole plot starts off at December 13th, 1941. 6 days after.
Was it 6 days? I thought it was like the next day.
Nope. It starts off 6 days after the attack on Pearl Harbor. That's when the Japanese subsurfaces off the California coast.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right, because Belushi had been flying around all that time.
Yep.
Looking for gasoline.
and you had the sub-commander, Commander Minamura, and you had the German officer that was helped there to observe.
Christopher Lee.
Yep, Christopher Lee, a.k.a. Wolfgang von Kleinschmidt. And they want to destroy something honorable in Los Angeles and decide they're going to target Hollywood. But real quick, let me run through the chat. We've got Mr. Lundell, which is up here with us. BNS, which is up here with us. What's his face? McWhatnot. Vegas Sin is in chat. We've got Pixelate waiting over in the waiting room. We've got Jeff Franklin, Pflugerville, Night Breeze, who is also up here. Parrot Head, Bird of Prey 5, Tiki of Doom.
Tiki, give it another shot. But first, read up on Pearl Harbor and whatnot. Because there was that kind of panic on the West Coast for a little bit.
Yep. And I'd really be panicking if there was a ton of pilots like Belushi.
Oh, my God. Didn't shoot anything. Well, he did wreck a gas station, so.
Yes, he did blow up a gas station very well. And, well, you know, when you're flying around playing with a little squeaky toy while listening to Deep in the Heart of Texas.
Hey, I'm a Texan. So.
I know, but are you going to claim that pilot?
No. Hell no.
I guess, yeah, I don't know. But yeah. But then it goes later that morning. You got a tank crew that comes rolling into town from the 10th Armored Division. And of course, who's one of the tank people? Dan Aykroyd. Sergeant Frank Tree. And let's see if B-Nest can get up here again.
Okay, Sergeant Frank Tree comes into town.
And it also has Great John Candy in the tank crew.
Yes, Robert, we will get to Belushi here soon. Yep, you got... And they go in for breakfast. Where you got a dishwasher named Wally and his pal Dennis at work with what should we say about their clothing?
Huh.
A little outlandish.
Yeah, you could say that.
Which causes a small little fight there. Mr. CCDB's here. He says, "This is awful quiet, y'all." Well, we're trying to get there.
Yeah, well, you need to join us.
That's right. See, there's your tank crew. John Candy. Dan Aykroyd. And the rest. We're having fun, though, because the next scene is when we get Captain Wild Bill Kelso. John Belushi. That's right. We get John Belushi flying as P-40 Warhawk, and he lands at a roadside store and gas station to refuel. Except he didn't apply the parking brake very well. The plane starts rolling off without him. Pulling the nozzle out, letting gas spill all over, him throwing his cigar down, and we know what happens next. A big, big boom. And he blows up the gas station. And then, of course, we go to Los Angeles, and you're going to have another one. You get General Joseph W. Stillwell, who's going to be in charge of Los Angeles to keep it calm.
Robert Stack.
That's right. We got Robert Stack. I thought he played that part really good. No, Robert, aviation fuel isn't the same as regular gasoline, but you know what? For the movie, it makes it funny.
Yeah. Besides, Belushi also stops for a quick meal somewhere along the line.
Yeah, and he's got to pick up drinks that he has no bottle opener for, so he has to smash it.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now.
Finally. God damn. Hey, Mr. Lundell.
Hey,
But of course, with Stillwell.
Hey, Deej. Hey, Night Breeze.
Hello.
How'da.
You also get with General Stillwell, you get Captain Loomis Burkhead, played by Tim Matheson. And you also get Nancy Allen, Donna Stratton.
oh yeah. Forgot about her.
The ex-girlfriend of Captain Loomis Burkhead. And of course, there's a little weird thing about her. She only gets horny if you get her in a plane.
The bomber. Oh, yeah, that had to be the most messed up scene in the movie.
You get him trying to talk. First, he tries to talk her into the bomber, and he finally gets her into the bomber. And he's trying his best to make her think that they are airborne. Trying his best. Of course, there is a bomb on the damn airplane. And she hits she punches him, and he falls into the lever that releases the bomb. Decides to roll towards the crowd. Oh, yeah. Boom. Hello, Captain Trek. Welcome to the stream. So, yeah, we got that happens. I don't know. This was. I don't know how anybody could not think this was a funny movie.
Oh, it had its moments. It definitely had its moments. Especially when they had Slim Pickens on the can.
Yeah, that one will be coming up soon.
You ain't getting shit. I love that line.
But before that, you have the tank crew that decides they got to take the big gun up onto the oceanside home of Ward Douglas, played by Ned Beatty, and his wife Joan, who was played by Lorraine Gray from Jaws. Of course, she don't want the gun there, but he sure the hell wants it there.
Hey, can you guys still hear me?
Yep, we can still hear you.
All right. My shit keeps fucking up.
I hate when that happens.
Okay, now I'm getting a delay.
That's weird.
Okay, I'm gonna jump out of here real quick.
Yeah, you're doing a robot voice now.
And at that when they drop them off that gun, it leads to such a great scene with Dan Aykroyd. Just, you shouldn't touch the ordnance at all. But more specifically, you should never pull this hand operating lever to the rear. Not put the clip of ammunition down into the feed rollers here.
What mic are you using?
Me? My headset.
You. Okay, because it's coming in weird.
Alrighty. I'm not sure why.
I don't know either. It sounds like you're in an echo chamber in a can. I don't know.
I'm not sure. The same headset I use every week.
Well, anyway. We get back, and we're back with the Japanese submarine, who's still lost, trying to find Los Angeles. So they send a landing party ashore in search for Hollywood. And what do they find? They discover Hollis Hollywood, a lumberjack that sells Christmas trees, played by Slim Pickens, who they decide they're going to take back to the submarine along with his radio.
And his box of Cracker Jacks.
Yeah. Even though in the movie they called it Popper Jacks.
Yeah.
It's still Cracker Jacks because we could see it. Of course, they had to dismantle his radio to get it down through the damn hatch because it was too big. Where they proceed to go through all his items. And they open up the box of Popper Jacks. And they find a little compass just what they need to find their way to LA. Of course, old Hollis snatches it up and swallows it. Where they decide that they're going to lay him down on the table and force him to drink prune juice. And as anyone knows, prune juice is a warrior's drink.
Among other things.
So,
All right. Hey.
there he's back. And doubles as a great laxative.
Oh, man. What a line today. I stood in line from Mexico for 3 hours.
Cool.
It wasn't cool. It was a nightmare.
So, he swallows the compass. He drinks the prune juice. And now they have to wait. And wait they do. Because he gets put in the bathroom. He fakes taking a dump, throwing his own shoes into the toilet. And he makes an escape from the sub and swims to shore. Well, kind of holding on to the radio case. Of course, you liked that part, didn't you, Mr. Lundell?
No, not quite. I'm just like, they had him sitting there and you ain't getting shit. It was just, it was so appropriate because they was making him shit. And it was slim pickings. Come on,
That's right. You ain't getting shit out of me. Makes you want to kind of just watch that movie over and over. This is really, like Nigel says, it's one of Spielberg's most underrated films.
He made this film?
Yeah.
That I did not know.
This
Well,
is
that's
a
the thing.
Steven Spielberg film.
I don't think a lot of people realize that it's Spielberg because it's just not his normal style.
Yeah, I did not know he made this.
Yeah. It was like between those a couple of the Indiana Jones movies, I think.
Well, this one came out in 79, I do believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 79. So,
I was 4 years old.
Oh, okay. So what did he do?
so this was after Jaws.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which kind of explains having like Lorraine Gray in it and some of the other people. But yeah, this was 1979 when this come out.
Oh, but look who he had, Robert Zemeckis, one of the writers. So,
Yeah, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale both did screenplays. But yeah, this is like one of the. It's kind of turned into a cult classic
Yeah.
because now it was right after Jaws, before Indiana Jones or E.T. from Mr. CCDV, and filled with SNL cast members.
yeah. And
What's the deal? What's the deal with the movie Poltergeist? Some say it's Toby Hooper, that made it, and then some say no, Spielberg was like really the one that made it.
I
So it's
don't
like
know. We kind of on this Thursday stream stick to this main topic, and afterwards we do another stream where we
Okay.
get into that in subjects.
No problem.
But we go back, and then we find out later that evening, Ward goes with a couple of other people to be ground observer corps. And they get to sit in a Ferris wheel all night, watching the ocean. And of course, one has a dummy, a ventriloquist dummy. Herb brings that along.
Fucking Herb.
Herb cracks me up throughout that whole sequence in there. The damn ventriloquist dummy just cracks me up the whole time.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen this.
Then it flips over to Stillwell. I mean, this movie's just bouncing back and forth between all the characters. And, of course, he wants to attend a showing of Dumbo
Well,
on Hollywood Boulevard. Back when Disney made decent stuff. Of course, then Burkhead's determined to get Donna up in an airplane. So he drives out and goes and finds, guess who? Madman Mannix. Played by Warren Oates.
They don't have him listed here. Oh, okay.
Listen where?
This is the wiki.
Yeah, don't look at Wiki.
I guess what came up.
Yeah, Warren Oates playing Madman Mannix.
Madman Mannix.
And of course, Burkhead decides they want to borrow a plane, go on a reconnaissance flight, just so he can get Donna up into the plane.
Yeah.
Oh, so much fun. But of course, guess who also shows up in Barstow?
Our favorite fighter pilot.
That's right. Because he needs more fuel too. And of course, Madman Mannix wants to hear his guns. And while Bill's will oblige, he will oblige and shoots up the whole damn place.
Okay. You convinced me.
Barstow's the icky place.
Yeah, it didn't matter. He got shot up then. And then it goes back to the city, L.A., where Wally's trying to get in to meet up with Betty. And, of course, it's been turned into the USO Club, so only service members can get in. So they kind of borrow some uniforms to get in. Ends up winning the dance contest. And of course,
Yeah, I stayed away from those things when I was in the military.
you had Maxine, played by Wendy Jo Sperber, chasing around.
Oh yeah.
Sitar-
She had to be the cutest little fat gal around.
she
And
was
nothing wrong
after-
with
She was after Starsky, and Starsky was after Betty.
Yeah.
Not that we haven't seen that sort of thing before. And then a big fight breaks out. A big brawl between sailor soldiers and zoot suiters.
that always happens.
and it spills out into the street and becomes a riot. You know, a typical weekend for LA.
And has another great, this great line in there with the ladies and gentlemen. Everywhere I look, soldiers are fighting sailors, sailors are fighting marines. Directly in front of me, I see a flying blonde floozy. Everywhere I look, everywhere, pure pandemonium.
Of course, though, at this point, you've got Burkhead and Donna flying in the plane, and he's figured out how to get her all wound up and going, and using her bra to steer the damn thing.
Right, a typical night.
Thanks for this, Deed. You just reminded me of a movie I didn't have a hard copy of yet.
You don't have it? Of course, Sergeant Tree arrives with the tank crew to break up the melee, just as LA goes to red alert, with unknown aircraft sighted over the city.
Oh, hell. Our favorite Pinhead.
Yeah.
$3.
Oh, damn, I forgot to show this little picture earlier. Little Slim Pickens. But yeah, of course, Aykroyd gets knocked over the head. Sergeant Pranktree gets knocked over the head.
Oh man, what the hell is going on now?
And of course, my favorite little spot, I don't know why, but I like it when Aykroyd puts the nylons over his head, stuffs the oranges up into his eyeball sockets, and yells, "I'm a bug!"
Oh, yes.
As they cruise around in the tank trying to figure out how they're going to go blackout. Where they come up with the idea of using the gun on the tank to shoot out every freaking light block.
That is great. What's more effective than a 50 caliber?
Don't just hit the power and shut everything. No, let's just shoot it all out. Yep, let's just shoot out all the lights.
Yeah. Sad part about that, I served in an armored unit. It made all armor look bad.
You telling me that you wouldn't have shot out all the lights?
I don't know. There had to be a generator somewhere that you could just flip a switch, you know?
Of course, about this time, Ward spots the surface submarine offshore. And Burkhead and Donna, still in the throes of passion, fly over LA where anti-aircraft batteries open fire. Kelso pursues Burkhead's plane, thinking it's a Japanese Zero, and shoots it down into the La Brea tar pits. And it goes back to Douglas. He's trying to figure out how to operate the anti-aircraft battery gun to shoot at the submarine. Where him trying to position it does not bode well for his house.
No, it did not. Duck, honey.
Yeah, you better duck quick. While she's trying to gather up anything in the house to try to save. Oh, yes. The fun just continues because this is just building up more and more and more because, well, Kelso also spots the submarine. And you've got Satarsky dragging away Betty while Wally rescues her. Kelso gets shot down.
Finally.
Crash lands the plane in the street and informs them that there's a submarine near the amusement park. Sergeant Tree, that's not silly still, tells Wally to go after the submarine. Just because he's still wearing the uniform with the tank. So they take off to the amusement park. Ward begins firing the anti-aircraft gun and pretty much destroys the entire house in the process. The sub decides to return fire at the Ferris wheel. Who is holding them? Of course, neither of them noticed the submarine. It was the dummy first.
Oh, yeah.
These two sitting up there, they don't notice the sub, but the dummy does.
See, Deej, showing this picture, you just made me go to Amazon and buy this movie on Blu-ray. I forgot about It's like the guy with the glasses, the skinny guy with the glasses, and the dummy.
Of course, the Ferris wheel gets hit and rolls down the pier out into the ocean. Kelso steals a motorcycle and tears off for the pier too, where he decides he's going after the sub on a motorcycle. And of course, the tank's out on the pier, fires at the sub, and it goes down into the ocean. So you got a tank that's been sunk, you got a Ferris wheel that's been sunk, and the Japanese sub is still sitting out there in the ocean. So then we get Kelso driving off the end of the pier, where he decides he's going to swim after the submarine. With typical Belushi style, he jumps up on the sub and starts kicking it. Where he finally is captured by the Japanese. Undaunted, he looks at him and says, "My name's Wild Bill Kelso. Turn this tub around, you're taking me to Tokyo." And then we get to the next morning, Sunday, December 14th. 1 week after Pearl Harbor. Stillwell and the soldiers arrive up to the Douglas house. See, it's pretty much gone, except for the door. Door still stands. And there's basically kind of a frame of a house and beat up house, where Ward decides he's going to give an inspirational speech to everyone present, vowing that Christmas will not be ruined. And as he nails a wreath to the door, the rest of the house falls off the cliff. Where Stillwell just looks around and says it's going to be a long war and walks away.
Yeah, it's a wonder we won.
Yeah, if soldiers were actually just like in this movie,
I know.
we would be in big trouble. Mr. CCDV's been to La Brea. Icky sticky place. I don't know. What was some of your favorite parts of this movie? If you can remember that. Anybody?
We kind of covered them. I forgot about the ventriloquist, the three dummies on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
You just can't say one. Well, actually, the real dummy was smarter than the other two.
I know that. I really recommend this movie to anybody because it's just funnier than hell.
Yeah, as long as you go on a movie where you can just sit back, watch, not think about anything, just enjoy it, this is great.
Yeah, it's not a movie that you're going to overthink. It's not meant to be overthought. You're just supposed to sit back and laugh at it. And the funny thing is about this movie, there is a director's cut that's 30 minutes longer than the original. The original theatrical version was 118 minutes. The director's cut is an extended 146 minutes.
Oh, cool.
I wonder if it's got the scene we're using for Indiana Jones, but there was supposed to be a thing where Slim Pickens is tortured with a clothes hanger.
You know, I've got to actually get my hands on the extended cut because I only have the original. But even Spielberg joked at one point he even considered converting this movie into a musical.
Huh. Oh yeah, especially it was Slim. When they were trying to make him take a crap. And he starts harassing Christopher Lee.
I don't know. And then there was like Jack Nicholson told Stanley Kubrick. Well, according to Jack Nicholson, Stanley Kubrick allegedly told Spielberg that 1941 was great, but not funny.
Huh. It depends on your sense of humor.
I think so too, because I thought it was funny.
There were definite moments in it.
Hey, the bomb falling out of the plane, rolling.
Uh-huh.
That was funny.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie was kind of regulated to as like a flop because it only made 3 times the money that was spent on it.
That's not shabby at all, even for that time period.
It was like they spent like $35 million making it. And it made Over 95 million.
Uh-huh. That's not shabby at all.
And you got to figure he also had people like John Williams that composed the music for it.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie was great. To me, it was, at least.
Oh, I love this movie.
I think it's like one of the really. It's underrated. It's underrated.
There is a reason for it to be considered a flop, though, because the budget was $35 million, but the gross just in the U.S. was only $31 million. It's the worldwide cumulative is $92 million. So in the U.S., it lost money.
Hmm.
I don't know. I still think it's a good, fun little movie. I think I'd recommend it to anyone that wanted a good little chuckle.
Yeah. Well, this was about the time that comedies were starting to go juvenile, though. You know, you had like Caddyshack. And I don't know what else. It was almost like the intelligent humor was almost dead.
Now, behind the scenes, John Wayne and Charlton Heston was first originally offered the role for General Stillwell.
Huh.
But John Wayne was ill. He didn't want to do it. And both Wayne and Heston felt the film was unpatriotic.
Oh, yeah, they would do that. Them two would do that, yeah.
So that pretty much explains why they didn't want to be in it. The lady that was swimming in the ocean.
Yeah.
She happened to be the first victim in Spielberg's Jaws.
Oh, okay.
I knew she looked familiar.
She was the first one to get swallowed up by the shark, so hence the Jaws theme while she was swimming around. And the gas station that Wild Bill blew up is the same one seen in Spielberg's 1971 TV film Duel.
Oh, huh.
And the lady that owned the gas station in that also played the woman that owned the gas station in both movies. So there was little nods all throughout it.
Oh, okay. And Duel, that was his television masterpiece.
Yeah.
You didn't like that movie, something's wrong with you.
And the scene where John Belushi fell off the wing, that was unintentional, and he ended up in the hospital for several days.
Oh.
But Spielberg left the shot in the movie because he felt it fit Kelso. And Belushi played a second part in the movie. During the riot scene, when the military police officer gets tossed in the window of a restaurant from the fire truck, Belushi's one of them in there eating spaghetti.
Oh, he's the one who people think looks like Don Corleone from Godfather.
Yep, he was the one in makeup that looked like the Godfather.
Yeah. Because the guy who played Sonny Corleone is a soldier or a sailor in that riot scene.
Because one of the uncredited extras dressed as sailors was James Caan in the riot scene too.
Yeah.
And Mickey Rourke was First Private Class Reese of Sergeant Tank's tank group. And of course, the M3 tank, Lulabelle, was fashioned after the mock-up tractor played homage to the forebearer in Humphrey Bogart's 43 film, Sahara. There was all kinds of little nods. And the model maker that worked on the film would later use the hull number NCC 1941 on the starship USS Bozeman in Star Trek Next Generation.
Oh, kind of a nod, huh?
Yep. So there's little nods all through the film. Mr. Miles is in the house, I see. Jaws, a straight white male shark. Disgusting.
Huh.
But yeah, there was all kinds of little nods throughout the whole movie that you have to really pay attention to closely. And other TV shows that you have to pay attention to, just like the Star Trek Next Generation one. So the next time you see the USS Bozeman in the episode Cause and Effect, you know the model maker there. They put the number on there for 1941.
Huh. I've never even paid attention to the numbers on the Bozeman. Now I will.
Hey, there's little nods all over the place. Yes, Mr. Miles, you've blown your cover. Anybody else have anything to say about the rest of the movie?
I think we covered it pretty well.
I think so. And we're right under the hour mark, too. We did good this week. Now, I did get a message today, too. Next Thursday will probably be the last Let's Talk episode for about 2 months.
Oh, really?
The boss man texts me, and he wants to start opening the fields up around the 17th, which would be 2 weeks from today. So it's going to be time for me to hit the fields, and I'm not going to be able to do these streams at night. Because A, I'll be too tired, and it'll be too late by the time I get home. So I'm tossing up an idea for the last one for next week. And I think we'll take a poll on it right now in the chat. I think I know what will win. But it's between these two movies. I was thinking A, William Shatner, Kingdom of the Spiders.
Huh.
Or B, we go to another comedy great movie, Animal House.
Oh, hell, Deej, that's unfair.
Do we want to do a movie with Shatner? Or do we want to do Animal House?
Delta House. Deltas. We got to do the Deltas.
I see I see 2 votes for Animal House, 3 votes for Animal House, and Mr. Miles, of course, picks a movie that's not on the list, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. We got 4 votes Animal House. Pfluger's yelling Omega Moo. That's right, Tiki's in there. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no. I think Animal House is clearly the runaway winner
Yeah.
for next Thursday.
And I can even watch it to refresh myself.
I think a lot of people can probably watch Animal House to refresh themselves because, let's face it, Animal House is right up there and one of the all-time great comedies.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And I will definitely be home in time to join him on that one.
And since I have the double secret probation release,
Yep. Double secret probation. And then we can also find out next week which female was everybody's favorite in Animal House.
that one right there.
Of course, I'm going to be the weird one out because my favorite will probably not be anyone else's. But we'll wait till next week to find that one out. And we will find out all the behind scenes. We'll find out who all did cameos. We will find all that out next week on Let's Talk, episode 11. Where we will dive into Delta House. And we may even do a little shout.
A little Otis Day in the Night, huh?
That's right. I might play just a little bit of it and probably get nailed for a contact match. And yes, Tiki, I may even wear a toga next week for the episode.
Toga.
I may try to fashion myself a toga just for the show.
And as Kevin Bacon said, everybody remain calm.
And we will find out in chat which chat person fits Needlemeyer. Which of our chat friends is the real life Needlemeyer? Thank you, Mr. CCTV. Uh-oh. I think he's getting beer for that stream. I will probably have Fireball for that stream, too. I think I'm going to have a little buzz going on for this one. And I may even try to chug some of the Fireball like Belushi does to Jack. Just not the whole bottle. No. But thank you for everyone who stopped by this evening. Thank you to the panel. Mr. Londell, Night Breeze, and even poor Bee Nest.
Yeah, he
tried and couldn't stay up here, but it was good to have him up here. He was actually my newest sub today.
Yeah. Oh, really? He's one of my subs. Yeah.
He was my latest sub to put me back up at 580. But everybody, have a great night. Whoever's out there streaming, let us know. I don't think I'm going to do the second stream tonight. I'm a little, I think I'll just go roam around and see who else is streaming and give them some likes and love and everything else.
Okay, Deej. It's been fun, man.
It's been fun, and I'm glad I kind of refreshed your memory with certain pictures.
Yeah.
You want to get that movie like that one.
Cause I keep forgetting about that nerdy guy. You know, that voice and those glasses.
Yeah, I actually looked on IMDb. He was working as of 2016.
Because he was just the most obnoxious guy in movies
He
with that
was
voice.
super nerd.
And remember, folks, if you're flying and don't know where you're going, grab your little squeaky toy. Just don't drop your cigar down in your lap. We're out of here, folks. Good night. Thank you for coming.
Good night.